do. She seemed clean up, not too bad. Should we do this? All right. All right, everyone, back to the pod. Not even going to fire my own. I'm going to do, you know what, rest in peace, take it quiet. This side on hook, so this is I got
it. Kids.
You're the videographer, Tim.
Yeah.
There's one thing Benny liked to do, is drink a beer. So we're gonna drink a few for him after we're all done here. So now we're gonna have some words from some special people, and hopefully they'll convey. I know we want to say a lot of things, and we might have an opportunity, I think, after if people want to say stuff. And so I'm gonna call the first speaker up, Mr. Brad Lamb. Way to get up over here, Bradley.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Brad. I met Benny a number of years ago, like perhaps many of you did, at a musical event. I met him jamming at the Vangelis. They used to do a blues jam every Sunday, and Benny was quite a regular figure there with his harmonica, supporting live music as always. So, after meeting him a handful of times at the blues jams, I'm on a Sunday filling up gas in my vehicle at the Petro Cannon, and beside me is Benny and Pat filling up their car too. So Benny starts talking to me. I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's been a little while. He's like, well, there's a big jam this afternoon coming. You gotta come down. You gotta come check it out. It's a blues wrap-up. You got to be there. Bring your bass. We'll play. So I think that sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'll show up, and I did. And I was told there that no, you're not invited. This is for the blues jam volunteers, the people who volunteer their time. It's not just a jam for anybody. And I'm like, oh, I kind of felt like a duck out of water there. But that's just how Benny was. He didn't see me as a person who wasn't part of the Blues Society or a person who wasn't volunteering. He just saw me as a person he played music with and celebrated his love of the blues with, and that's what mattered to Benny. And I think that's something I think a bunch of folks here have experienced with Benny, that he didn't see you just for what maybe it should be or could be or what is, but what he felt and saw in you. And that's one of the greatest things I think I'll always remember about Benny. Thanks, folks. Won't take up any more of your time.
Thank you, Brad. And our next speaker for some more words of remembrance for our friend, Jason McConvey. Did I say that right?
Yes.
All right.
something posted, but I see it's already on here, so I'm changing it up now. That's okay, it's all good. Honestly, I think it's how Ben looked at things through and through, which we've all read the Remember Me But Let Me Go. However, there is this. To the special memories of you will always bring a smile. If I could only have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again, just like we used to do. You always meant so very much, and always will do too. In fact, that you are no longer here will always cause me pain, but you forever in my heart until we meet again. Now, the reason why I say until we meet again is because my experiences with Ben, there's no limitations. When you're around him, you don't feel any limitations. He had such an exuberant level of energy that we all embraced and that we all felt whenever he entered a room. And that will truly be missed by all. And I can honestly say that he would change the atmosphere in a room as soon as he walked in. And for that, I'm terribly sorry about all of our losses here. And to his family, it must be very, very difficult to have somebody with that much life and enthusiasm to disappear so quickly. But there's a lesson in this. No matter how bright your light shines, it's a journey that we all do have to take on our own. And I think the lesson we can take away from Ben with that is that grab life, live it to the fullest, because he did every day. Thank you.
Before we get Pat up, I just want to say a few things. Another thing Benny, I think, was special for was the little things that he picked up on. He was a good listener. He heard people. Like, you may just be in passing, you know, oh yeah, how's your day? Well, pretty good, but I didn't have that shovel or something. Or I didn't have, like Cody, our friend over here, he said the front of the Buds where he was doing his work there, and it was dirty, and Benny came by and pressure washed it, you know, and just the little subtle things, but never, you know what I did today? I did that for that person. He never did that. There's lots of little special bonds, and I'm gonna miss that. So we're gonna bring Pat up to say a few words.
First off, I'm going to be a little long-winded today. I remembered your glasses, love. Thanks for being here, everybody. It means a lot. He would love this. I think only a handful of you know that Ben and I met on Plenty of Fish. I initiated that. He was cute. What can I say? Our first date, we met at Timmy's on 8th Street for coffee. He kissed me on the neck and I was hooked right there. We dated for maybe 2 weeks, maybe shorter. My daughter's like, did he just move in? Yeah, he kind of did. And then a couple weeks later, we got our own house. So we dated for maybe a month before we moved in together. We were both happy. That's when our adventure as a couple began. He worked for a company building houses. for a while. Then he decided to dive into his own business. He called it Ben the Handyman. He did everything from fences to decks. Redid a whole basement once for someone. It was his work, and everything had to be perfect. If it wasn't done right, he'd start over. There was quite often times I would ask myself if I could keep up with him because he was so energetic. Approximately June of 2012, Ben fell from a scissor lift, 9 feet, and he broke both heels. He had to have surgery that night. He had 13 pins in his right foot, or heel. He never fully recovered from that, and it took him over 2 years to get out of that wheelchair and walk again, with my help. He's been on compensation since. Without his orthotics in his shoes, he could barely walk across the kitchen floor. It slowed him down, but not by much. Didn't stop him from enjoying life. He touched everyone he met with his kind heart and social butterfly attitude. Our life together has been one adventure after another, and I wouldn't go back and change a thing. Ben showed me a different side to life that I didn't know exist before. I've had so many firsts with him. Canoeing together on the river, riding our bicycles all the way around Circle Drive, camping, backyard fires that he could light effortlessly that no one else could get started. That doesn't even begin to touch the things we did together. Ben was very proud of his family. He missed Montreal and his siblings and family terribly. He was very upset and sad that he didn't get to spend more time with his dad before he passed. I was very relieved when we were managed to get Ben back to go back for his dad's funeral. He got to see some of his family, and I could tell he really enjoyed himself while he was there despite the situation. Ben felt he was losing his French, so whenever he met someone in town here or out on the road and they spoke French, he would happily speak French. And trust me, I didn't know a word he was saying. I'm not sure what year it was that I surprised Ben on his birthday with his first harmonica. He had played in the past, and he told me his passion was to get back into it. So I bought him his first harmonica. As you can see, it kind of spiraled. We started meeting all the musicians in town after that. One day, May 10th, 2014 actually, Ben surprised me. I got home, and all of a sudden, I heard a motorcycle. There was Ben with his first motorcycle, little Honda Rebel. I called her his new love. He was so excited that he could actually ride again after hurting his feet. He was so full of joy that day. And it was infectious, because I enjoyed it too, apparently. After the 100-mile ride we did one year, Ben decided he needs something a little bit bigger, because the bike couldn't keep up to the big guys. So on April 20th, 2018, Ben bought his second bike. His first Sportster, that's the one on the table in the picture with him and I on it. So much fun on that bike. She had a lot more get up and go than the other little Rebel. Unfortunately, we ended up selling that bike to pay for a lawyer when Ben got a 08. And then the next day, of course, they dropped it. We thought that was the end of the riding for us. Except Ben kind of found a bike listed on Kijiji. Of course, he bought it. Ben's third and final bike. Her name was Rain. A little 1200 Harley Sportster. She was actually one of 11 special edition bikes that was made in Canada that year, 1995. He bought this bike on April 5th of 2019. She was a beautiful bike, and we shared many memories together riding on her. Ben wanted to join a group, so that's when we started going to the Saskatoon Ride By group just last summer. Ben absolutely loved putting smiles on faces, young and old. Then he found the animal mask, and he loved the attention from that, because Ben always loved attention. I mean, he really loved attention. When COVID hit and everything shut down, Ben missed the music. He discovered online karaoke. He started leading a group online, usually every Wednesday and Saturday. And I would lay in bed and sometimes not sleep much because I could hear him in the other room singing with the people. But I had to work the next day. Oh well. They had fun. They became a huge part of his life, and most of these people were from Ontario. They've reached out to me since this has happened. They've sent me videos and all kinds of stuff that they've made for Ben. My favorite is when each one of them sang Piano Man. Ben sang that at karaoke a lot. Ben also was a construction safety officer because compensation put him through school for that. He never seemed to be able to go anywhere with that though. Every time he applied for something with it, they always took the guys ahead of him, so he gave up on that. But then Comp decided they'd put Ben through school at RACE, which is the Recording Arts Institute of Saskatoon. Thank you. He graduated audio engineering in August of 2019. He did sound for musicians at Bud's for a while. The last while, Ben hosted karaoke at Twisted Monkey. He had so much fun with it. Ben also wanted to help children. He started going to BACA meetings, which is Bikers Against Child Abuse. The day he passed the criminal record check, he was so excited. He was all teary because he wasn't sure he would pass, but he did. And he's like, let's have a beer. So we went in the back and we had a beer, and he was so excited and so happy. He was just like, I've never seen him so happy. BACA has since become my family and his. I can't say enough about these people and their kindness. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Ben's soft slide? Uh-oh. What can I say? I know. All animals and kids love Ben. Watching a sad movie or seeing a child sing on American Idol, Ben would reach for a Kleenex and say, "Those damn onions again." There's an old man on 19th Street who sits outside all the time by his house, every day. Ben has honked and waved at him for over 2 years now. I stopped to see him a couple weeks ago. He's a bachelor. He lost his wife many years ago. He missed seeing us honking and waving on the bike, so I told him what had happened. And I told him, even if I'm in the car, when I come by, I will always wave and honk. He's lonely, so. I told you it was going to be long-winded. So you see, we all affect everyone we touch. Now I know this, I'm going to be kinder and a better human being. He gave me adventure. That's the least I can do for him. Ben will live on in our memories. Let's celebrate Ben Gas Cap today, just like he would have wanted us to do. Thank you.
I heard Benny do that thunderclap there just a second ago. That was for you, Pat, and for all you people. I knew Benny as a musician as well. We both played harmonica. Pat's asked me to play a song. It's for you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to listen to some tunes, have a little bit of food, have a little bit of drink, and celebrate our friend. Thank you all for coming here.